Hey everyone, this is Sean. I'm your late life entrepreneur, and today I'm coming to you from Gibraltar. Remember last week in episode 6, I was in Kenya at Lake Naivasha in Kenya on the way to Uganda. Now you can still see Africa behind me, that's Morocco, and I am in the British Overseas Territory of Gibraltar. And behind me you see the Bay of Algeciras, Spain on the other side, and then down below you see the city of Gibraltar. So I came here through Spain on my way back to Europe. I haven't told you about it. I have a company called Your Place in Europe, and it's a concierge relocation service for professionals and affluent families. And what I do is I take my skills and my knowledge that I gained through 30 years of legal practice and through living half my life in North America and half my life in Europe to advise and bring wealthy people, affluent people to live in Europe, from Australia, Great Britain, North America, and hopefully soon India and parts of Africa. So that is the business that I launched as a late life entrepreneur. Now my family is here, took a different trail. I wanted to make this video a little bit in my own thoughts here, so I took this trail here. So if I'm breathing hard, it's because I'm climbing up here the rock of Gibraltar to get to the highest point. So I had that trip to Kenya, which entailed 4 days in Kenya, Nairobi. I was invited to the EU-Kenya summit, and I attended that. And I met a lot of people, and then I had 4 days of follow-up meetings and such in Nairobi. And then I hired a motorbike and a guide, and I went out in the bush. And that's where you saw me in the last episode of the Late Life Entrepreneur. I'm hooked up here, hooked on a bush, out in the bush in Lake Naivasha. So from there I flew to Qatar, and then from Qatar there's, oddly enough, a direct flight to Malaga. And in Malaga we have a good presence of my business. So I took the opportunity to go through Malaga, and when I do, I like to come here to Gib, which is a very unusual part of the world. Being a British overseas territory and being here in the Mediterranean, it's a very odd combination. So in any case, what I wanted to talk about was my business and sort of the flexibility we need to find when we're late life entrepreneurs. And in my case, what's going on is the following. There's a lot of requests for relocation to I think was my marketing, and I didn't really understand how to market, or I didn't put enough effort. Something is strange here with my keep in mind I'm still in the awkward phase of my videos, right? Nobody's expecting them, at least of all I, to for them to be any good. But what I want to get to is like my thoughts now for being a late life entrepreneur. I had this belief that, I have all this knowledge, I have all this experience, I've written a book on this field of European relocation. I'm truly the expert in the field, but that's not enough to get the business. And my marketing efforts are kind of ad hoc. And what I'm doing is trying to figure it out as I go, which in and of itself isn't bad. The only challenge is, I don't have a job anymore. I'm on my own and I have to make money. And without marketing bringing in the clients, I'm kind of struggling. So I don't want to say it's causing sleepless nights or anything, but it's something definitely on my mind, what to do, how to solve this. And I think I see a good side in that my brain is very active and I am much more enthusiastic in putting energy into these, let's say, problem solving, or rising to the challenge, however you want to spin it to be most positive. In the past, what were the struggles at work? Annoying coworkers, boring projects, nothing that was really motivating me. I shouldn't say that. Motivation, sure, but not to the caliber of when it's really my own project and my own deal. So now I'm challenged with this situation in which, you know, I'm not getting the customers and my marketing isn't working that way I wanted to. So really my brain is active and I'm thinking of other solutions and I'm being creative. So if you look at things positively, once I crack this challenge and I have the customers rolling in, I mean, I have loads of ideas about how I can do marketing and such. Now, one of those will probably work. If not, then I'll come up to another idea. So my message is, you know, be ready for the challenge. I just walked into an old British battery station here. There's no exit. Be ready for the challenge of having to stop, regroup, think about what's not working, try to find solutions, and be surprised also by how a brain that maybe wasn't conditioned to thinking in problem solving really all that much, how it adapts and how it grows. And I think that's a very, very exciting, positive thing for who we are and for where we're going. It's just extra work, and it's challenging, especially when you need money coming in, you need customers coming in, you don't have it. So positive spin on a difficult situation. So I hope that helps. I look forward to any of your questions. That's your Late Life Entrepreneur. Over and out.